Hi, my name is Dr. Jim Dickinson. I'm the subject leader for commercial music, and I'd like to talk to you about the facilities that we have available to you at BathSpa University for our course. We have 3 separate studios and in fact 5 separate control rooms within those spaces. The equipment that we have is of a professional industry standard, so we've got some great selection of microphones, we've got some excellent drum kits and vintage amplifiers from Marshall and Fender and Vox and so on. We also have some really great TL audio desks, which are valve desks. We have some fantastic outboard gear, so processing gear from companies such as SSL and Universal Audio and so on. So you've got everything that you need to create professional industry standard recordings. The important thing to say though is regarding this space and all the other spaces we'll be looking at is access. So the studios are open from 9 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock in the morning, 7 days a week. That's really important. So you'll be having lessons in these spaces, but you will also have access as an individual student to be able to book those spaces even at the weekend, late into the night and so on. And that goes for the studios, but also the rehearsal rooms and some of the other spaces that we'll be looking at in this video. The other thing to mention, as well as the larger studios, is that you won't always need to be working in a large studio. Perhaps you're not recording a full band or a drum kit and so on. So we've also added in what we call our production pods. We have 3 of these. Again, these are available 7 days a week and bookable spaces for you to use. And they are equipped with very, very high quality monitoring and acoustic treatment and interfaces. So they are used predominantly for mixing your music, but also you could record vocals in there, or you could overdub guitars and other instruments and so on. So it's really useful to have those additional spaces as well. Alongside the studios, on a course like ours, there's a lot of live playing, so we have rehearsal rooms. We have 3 main rehearsal rooms, which are equipped with, again, high quality amplifiers, drum kits and so on, and also audio-visual capture as well, so you can record and film your rehearsals now. In addition to that, we have some storage for your equipment, for your guitars and so on. And we also have a new space, which is our purple room, as we call it, which is a silent space, so you use headphones. But you can use that for writing, but also for rehearsing as well. As well as rehearsing, on a course like ours, you're going to be doing lots of additional things as well as your music, such as video editing and marketing and so on. And also, as well as traditional studio recording, we do what we call in-the-box recording. So using technology and software such as Logic, Pro Tools, Ableton to create music. So with that in mind, we have our Mac suites, which we have access to 2 different suites. You'll find 50 iMacs in there, all equipped with the software that I've mentioned earlier on. And we also have additional interfaces. So if you want to bring your guitar in and plug in to record guitar straight onto your electronic tracks, and the things that you're programming inside the computer, that's possible as well. Again, access to these rooms goes on late into the evening, and in fact you can access these spaces at any time. So even if there's a lecture going on, you can walk in quietly in the back, and access these spaces. These spaces are here for you to use. So in addition to these traditional spaces, the fact that we're a university means that the added advantage is we can access other types of spaces as well. So we have 2 large concert venues, which we use for various things. So the first one, let's have a look at the Michael Tippett Centre. So this is a venue designed for small string ensembles, but we use it for various things. We record grand pianos here. In fact, there's 2 Steinway pianos in the auditorium itself, which you're able to use, and we teach you how to record them. We also teach you how to record small string ensembles, and we even use this venue occasionally for acoustic style gigs and so on. And we also use it for our industry guest lecturers. That's a wonderful space. In addition to that, we have the University Theatre, which we use every year for an all-day concert, and we've used it for various other audio-visual events as well. So it's great to have that access to these additional larger theatre style spaces. So in addition to the theatre spaces, we also have access to the TV studios. Now these are obviously predominantly for the TV courses and so on, but we collaborate with those courses extensively, and you'll be shooting your videos in the second year in these amazing state-of-the-art spaces. So we're very lucky to have this kind of access. In addition to the TV studios, there's also a small movie theatre which we use in the second year for a module which I teach, which is an audio-visual module. We have a lot of focus on the connection between the music world and the visual world and the connections between the two. And to have a really high quality movie theatre with very good quality projection and sound playback is really important, so we can study that connection in some detail. So as well as the movie theatre and the extra spaces, you will be doing lots of work outside of your lectures and your talk time, and some of that work you will need extra equipment to do. So we have an asset store, and in that asset store you can hire video cameras and high quality still cameras, instruments, so drum kits, amplifiers, keyboards, so Nord keyboards for example, as well as microphones and interfaces and anything you could possibly need to do that additional work. And so the asset store is available to all students, and there is a system for you to book equipment out, and that's absolutely part of your course, so not an additional charge or anything like that. One thing that I want to mention in terms of facilities, those are the facilities that you will find on campus. In addition to that, there will be the student union, which is a separate entity from us, but also we as a student you'll be finding that you're doing a lot of gigs and so on in the student union. But the majority of your performance activity will actually be in real external venues, and I wanted to mention at this point the fantastic venues that we have available to us in both Bath and Bristol. And we have relationships with many of those venues in Bath and Bristol. And what that means is organised nights. So we have social events where we have acoustic open mics and then bands playing as well. We have large gig events that are organised by us. And we also have opportunities for support slots. So if touring bands are coming through the area, often our bands will get the first opportunity to get those slots. And even in some cases, work opportunities for promoting your own nights in these venues and so on. So it's important to say that the environment around the course is very important as well, and we work very hard to maintain those relationships with those venue promoters and owners. The final thing to say is that we also have a beautiful external space at the university, and actually, although you will spend a lot of time in rehearsal rooms and recording studios, actually the beautiful grounds we find, particularly those people who are focused on songwriting, for example, can often be a really inspiring space. So just to walk around the lake, or perhaps to sit down and write some words in the folly which you'll find around the lake, or just to take some time out and so on. I think that's really important to mention, that our external environment, our very beautiful external environment, is a really key asset and something that's important to you as a creative person.